It's often said that it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. I didn't understand that fully until recently, but now it makes perfect sense. For 20 long years, I kept my head down, following the same routine every single day. Wake up, go to work, repeat. It was as if my life had been scripted, like I was playing a part in someone else's story. And what did I get for it? Trapped, stripped of freedom, independent thought, and real choices. It wasn't until I took a step back that I realized just how much of my time was spent living out someone else's agenda. Every hour, every action, every decision, it wasn't mine. It was decided for me. And for a long time, I thought that was just the way life worked. But I was wrong. Now I see the truth. And here's the reality I've come to understand. Wage slavery is the biggest scam in the world. It's not the tax system, it's not big pharma, and it's not the banks. It's this idea that a 9 to 5 job is the end-all be-all, that it's somehow your purpose, and that you should be grateful for it. Now, don't get me wrong. Jobs can be noble. Take my wife, for example. She's a social worker, helping people through some of the toughest struggles imaginable. Mental health issues, addiction, trauma. It's a job that requires real heart and a deep level of care. And I'm incredibly proud of her. But me? I'm a consultant. I help businesses. And while I know it serves a purpose, it's just not as meaningful to me. That's the thing, though. What's meaningful to one person might not be to another. But here's the kicker. Apart from a few essential jobs, those jobs that truly serve society, most work is pretty, well, pointless. It's not about purpose. It's about the paycheck. Society has programmed us to believe that our value is tied to the amount of time we spend working, and that if we're lucky, we'll get paid for it. And sure, some people actually love their jobs. It's rare, but it happens. And when it does, we might look at them and think, wow, they found their calling. Or maybe even envy them. But let's not get too carried away here. The real problem is not whether you love or hate your job. It's that, in the end, we're all being used. Our time, our energy, our lives are being exploited for someone else's gain. And the worst part? We've been conditioned to accept it. No one ever questions it. We all just go through the motions. It's as if we've been trained to believe that if we didn't work, society would fall apart. Or worse, that if we didn't have jobs, we'd be bored, purposeless. But those are lies. Lies we've been fed from the moment we were born. And on some level, I think most people know it. But saying it out loud? That's a whole different story. It's uncomfortable, right? No one wants to admit that we're all just slaves to the system. But I'm done staying quiet about it. Something's fundamentally wrong with the way we work. People who hate their jobs are called lazy, while those who look busy get rewarded. It's all part of this illusion, the matrix most people don't even see. Everyone just pretends everything is fine, that it's normal. Well, I'm done pretending. I see the truth now, and it's time we start saying it out loud. We need more voices speaking up about wage slavery because it's wrong. And here's the kicker. It's not just affecting us. We're passing this mindset onto our kids, preparing future generations to fall into the same trap. People can call me whiny or whatever they want. I don't care, because I believe it's time to flip the script. Time to wake up and get out before it's too late. Some of us have already found our way out. Personally, I started my own business, and for the first time in 20 years, I feel a sense of hope. I'm building my own future, and I want to share that journey with you because I want to inspire you to take that leap as well. Now, I get it. Everyone's path is different. For me, it's through creating video content. For you, it might be something entirely different. But here's what I know for sure. If you want out, you can make it happen. I'm here to help you figure out how to take that first step. But before we can get there, we need to understand the problem that's been keeping you stuck in the first place. So let's dive in. We can't escape wage slavery until we understand how we ended up here. Part 1. The myth of laziness. All right, let's dive into something that's been on my mind for a while now. Laziness. Or at least, what people call laziness. Here's the thing. The truth is, most people aren't lazy at all. In fact, most people are just stuck in jobs that drain the life out of them. It's like a trap, right? You're taught from day one that hard work equals success. The message is clear: work hard, get a good job, climb the ladder, retire happy. That's the dream we're all sold. But here's the million-dollar question. Who actually wins in this system? And even if you do make it to retirement, what's the reward? What do you really have to show for it? Honestly, most jobs don't exist to make the world a better place. They're designed to make someone else richer. That's it. But society tells you that if you feel like your job is boring or meaningless, there's something wrong with you. You're the problem, not the system. But what if you're not the problem? What if you're smarter than your job? Picture this. Imagine the smartest person on Earth with the highest IQ ever recorded, working as a baggage handler at the airport. Does that sound like a job that genius would find fulfilling? Of course not. It would be insanely boring. And if that genius felt lazy on the job, wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it be a natural response to being stuck in a role that's completely beneath their potential? Part 2, the hard work myth. Now let's take a step back and look at history. Work used to be about survival, hunting, farming, building. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and everything changed. Suddenly, people were funneled into factories and offices, working not for themselves, but for someone at the top who owned everything. And they called this progress. They called it freedom. But was it really? Think about it. Even long before the Industrial Revolution, people were forced to build things like the pyramids. Whether they were slaves or not, they were convinced they were working for some grand, noble purpose. But in reality, they were just glorifying the pharaohs. Sound familiar? The whole idea of working for the greater good has been sold to us for centuries. Fast forward to today, and not much has changed. The 9-to-5 grind? It wasn't designed to set us free. It was designed to make us obedient. And here's the kicker. School is one of the biggest parts of this system. Most parents push their kids to go to school because it's the right thing to do. But what are they really being taught? For over a decade, we're trained to sit still, follow orders, and accept that obedience equals reward. Grades weren't just about learning. They were about conditioning us to comply. So is it any wonder that after 12+ years of this, no one questions the system? We've been programmed to believe that giving 40 hours of our lives every week to a job is just how the world works. And if you dare to question it, you get labeled as lazy, a loser, or worse. But here's the thing. That's the myth of hard work. Part 3, flip the script of wage slavery. We act like hard work is the holy grail, like it's the ultimate virtue. But let's be real, it's not the most efficient way to do things. The future won't be built on mindless labor. It will be built on creativity. And someday, we'll solve problems with creativity, not brute force. But here's the problem. This deeply ingrained obsession with hard work is keeping us stuck. It's trapping entire generations in pointless jobs, doing meaningless tasks, convincing ourselves it's all normal. But it's not. And if you're sitting there feeling lazy or bored with your job, maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe the problem is the system itself. We've been sold this idea that hard work is the key to happiness, but it's a lie. The system is set up to keep us in line, to make us believe that if we just work harder, we'll find fulfillment. But what if we flip the script? What if the answer isn't working harder, but working smarter? What if the future isn't about sweating through long hours, but finding ways to break free from the grind altogether? It's time to challenge this narrative. It's time to question the system. Because if you're feeling stuck or unfulfilled, I guarantee you're not alone. And it's not your fault. It's the system that's broken. Let's rethink the way we work because there's a better way out there, and we're capable of finding it. Part 4, work that feels empty. Let's talk about something that hits close to home for a lot of people. Work that feels empty. When you wake up and go through the motions day after day, you start to wonder, why am I even doing this? I know I've asked myself that question every single day of my career. The reason is simple. Most modern jobs don't exist to make the world a better place. They exist to make someone else richer. Think about it. How many times have you seen companies spend millions of dollars on marketing teams whose sole job is to convince us to buy things we don't even need? Or heard about big tech companies firing thousands of employees just to boost their stock prices and keep shareholders happy? Meanwhile, middle managers spend half of their day sending emails and sitting in meetings that accomplish nothing. And here's a real kicker. Back in 2022, a major tech company laid off 12,000 people, then immediately announced record profits. What does that tell us? It tells us that most of the work we do isn't about necessity. It's about maximizing profit. But if you dare to hate your job or question its meaning, you're the one labeled as lazy. We're told we're the problem, instead of admitting that most work is just pointless. Let's not forget the whole automation myth. We were promised that technology, AI, robotics would free us up from boring, repetitive tasks. We were supposed to have more time to live. But instead, automation is being used to track us, monitor us, and ensure we never slow down. AI isn't here to help workers. It's here to replace them or make them work harder for even less. Part 5. Work isn't the enemy. Dumb work is. Now, let me be crystal clear. I'm not saying that work itself is the problem. I work hard on these videos. I work hard building my business. Work is necessary for society to function. But here's the catch. We shouldn't be treated like cogs in a machine. We deserve more because at the end of the day, we're human beings. We're a species filled with creativity, passion, and potential. Here's the thing though. If you look around today, a lot of people don't seem passionate. We come home, eat, and collapse on the couch. It's Netflix, video games, or whatever else takes the edge off. Not exactly the picture of ambition, right? But the truth is, our jobs drain us. Dumb jobs make people lazy and uninspired. This is why I keep bringing up childhood in my videos. When we were kids, we had limitless creativity. We were full of ideas, constantly exploring, constantly imagining. But now, ask any adult to write a poem, draw something, or perform on stage, and most will say, "I'm too old for that." But that's not true. The famous playwright George Bernard Shaw once said, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." Work kills our creativity. It kills our spirit, our energy, our potential. And it doesn't matter whether you love your job, hate it, or find meaning in it. The truth is, it's still draining us. Part 6. The way out of wage slavery. So where does this leave us? For me, the grind has definitely drained me, but I won't quit. We deserve more than this. We deserve a life beyond the cycle of pointless work and unfulfilled days. I'm not going to stay silent. I'll raise my voice as much as I can until the message is heard. But here's my prediction. If we manage to raise our voices together, the world will start to listen. The media will talk about it. Maybe even a popular movement will begin to take shape. And sure, politicians will jump on board, but not because they care. No, they'll do it because it's politically useful. That's how it works. That's why they stand behind causes like climate change, the fight against racism, and other social movements. But here's the reality check. Wage slavery won't end anytime soon, at least not in our lifetime. So what do we do about it? I think we have to start by rethinking our relationship with work. We don't have to settle for a life of burnout, exhaustion, and living for the weekend. We can choose a different path, one that values our creativity, our time, and our well-being. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and, more importantly, working with purpose. The system doesn't have to control us. It's time to take back control and live a life that's truly ours to design. Method 1, quiet quitting. Let's talk about a popular buzzword these days, quiet quitting. It's become a way of life for a lot of people. Essentially, it's about doing the bare minimum at work, saving your energy for your personal life, and preserving what little joy you have left for the weekends and the people you love. For some, it's a manageable coping mechanism, accepting the reality of the situation and finding small moments of happiness where they can, almost adopting a stoic detachment to the grind. But for me, that just wasn't enough. Honestly, I felt like I was slowly dying inside. Every day, I spent in a system that just reduces me to another cog in the machine. Quiet quitting may be the answer for some, but for me, it felt like giving up on life itself. Method 2, find work you love. Now, here's the second option, finding work you love. We've all heard the advice, right? Just do what you love, and the rest will follow. Sounds nice, but let's be real, it's not that simple. The system isn't a buffet where you can just pick the perfect job off the menu. No, it's highly competitive, desperate, and designed to keep us all dependent on it. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. In fact, it's something I want to explore in more detail in a future video. Finding meaningful work starts with knowing yourself. It's about digging deep into what actually makes you happy. And sometimes it takes a little outside help. Maybe taking some personality tests, seeing a therapist, or even talking to AI like ChatGPT every day to help you figure out. Let me share a little personal story. I used to think my dream job had to be something super impressive, something that looked great on paper. But the best job I ever had? It was a receptionist position, a role I initially thought was beneath me. Turns out, I loved the freedom it gave me. The work was quiet, I could think, and it gave me time to just be. Sometimes, the work you enjoy the most is where you least expect it. So, don't be afraid to think outside the box. Method 3, build a business. And then, there's the third option, building your own path. This is the one I've chosen. I decided to build a business around my passion, creating videos. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, that sounds impossible for me. I wouldn't even know where to start. I get it. For about 10 years, I made excuses. I kept telling myself it wasn't the right time or I wasn't ready. But earlier this year, I finally took the leap, and let me tell you, for the first time in 20 years, I feel free. I feel like I'm in control of my future. Before, all I could see was my paycheck, my fixed income, my steady job. But when I started making YouTube videos and setting up passive income streams, I realized something huge. Every hour I put in my business doesn't just pay me a set amount like a regular job. That hour has the potential to grow exponentially. In a traditional job, 1 hour of work might be worth, $100 if you're lucky? But in business, 1 hour could eventually be worth thousands, maybe even millions. That's the power of leverage. Now, I hear it all the time, not everyone can start a business. But here's the truth. If you don't take control, someone else will. The internet has completely changed the game. Those who adapted early made millions. Those who ignored it got left behind. And the next wave of change? AI. But AI won't be taking jobs away. It will be the people who use AI to work smarter who will win. And I know what you're thinking, but I don't know what to do yet. That's totally fair. But ask yourself, why don't you know? Society has conditioned us to believe we need a boss to tell us what to do. We were never encouraged to explore our own passions. Independent people don't make the best employees, right? If you're unsure of what you love doing, start experimenting. Try things. Learn new skills. Most importantly, stop seeing work as something you have to do. Start thinking about what you want to do. Because here's the bottom line. If you don't build your own dream, you'll end up spending your whole life building someone else's. So, if you hate your job, and let's be honest, you're probably still listening because you do, ask yourself one simple question. Are you really too lazy or too dumb to start a business? Or is it just that your job is dumb and it's slowly killing your soul? Hey there, I just wanted to take a quick moment to share something with you. I've been creating content for a while now, and honestly, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Some days, it feels like I'm making progress, and other days, it's like I'm still at the starting line, wondering if anyone even notices. But that's okay. It's all part of the journey, right? I know the road to success isn't always smooth, and I'm learning as I go. If you made it this far into the video, I'd really love to hear from you. No pressure, but if you have a moment, drop a little piece of advice, or just let me know what you think in the comments. I promise, every single comment will be appreciated and truly means the world to me. It's so much more than just a number to me. It's a connection, and I'll cherish it. So, if you're feeling kind today, I'd be forever grateful for your thoughts. And if not, that's cool too. I just appreciate you taking the time to watch. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.